The Arrowhead quilt block made its debut in 1941 and was pieced using individual templates, which could get tedious.
In this episode, we'll explore two contemporary construction methods, one that works well with 10-inch pre-cuts and the other that works great with strip sets.
And both techniques make quick work of this quilt block and add in a lot of fun. Hello and welcome to the 4200 series of Love of Quilting. I'm Sarah Gallegos.
And I'm Angela Huffman.
And you have a very cute block for us today.
Isn't it adorable?
It really
just
is.
So sneaking cute. So this is Arrow Point. It was made by Carrie Matthews, and she used all 1930s prints.
It's just so happy when you use reproduction prints, I think, yeah.
It is, and the small scale, like there's little Easter eggs in them where you kind of look and you're like, is that a whatever? And you can see it like a bunny rabbit or something that comes out at you. Yeah, just adorable.
Cute.
And so I'm going to show you two different ways to do that. One is a little bit easier if you want it all scrappy happy. And so you want to use especially pre-cuts. So if you have like 10-inch square pre-cuts, the first way I'm going to show you is perfect for that.
Great.
Super scrappy happy. And then I'm going to show you a way to do it with more like yardage if you wanted more of the same block over and over and over again. So let's take a look at a couple of different ways to make the block. And this first one, this is a technique that was designed by Anita Grossman Solomon. And we're going to take two pieces of fabric. So I've just got my purple and my green here. And these are a little bit oversized. And I don't know about you, but sometimes it's hard to kind of get them to line up.
Sure.
And for this process, we really want super accurate cutting.
Especially if you're using pre-cuts, because sometimes with the pinked edges, you never know exactly where they're supposed to line up. So oversize is good.
Right, that pinked edge can throw you because you don't know quite which part of the pinked edge is the one you want to pay attention to.
Correct.
So we're going to use some starch.
Okay.
And we're going to use it kind of as like glue. So the starch will hold the two pieces together. Now I already told you that this was cut a little bit bigger.
Okay.
So these are 8.5 inches squares. And so I'm going to kind of stick them together with that starch, and that will keep everything from shifting, because then I'm going to go ahead and reduce this down to an 8-inch square.
Okay.
But then I know I have the edges lined up.
Really important to make sure you get that starch all the way dry too before you cut, so we aren't stretching and distorting, right?
Yeah, and I wouldn't use steam or anything. Just a nice hot iron is really all that you need. And I've got a spinning mat here. So we want to get it down to 8 inches, and you can see like it's not totally lined up.
Right.
And that's what we're trying to kind of avoid. We're trying to get it perfect. So I'm just going to do these two edges, and then we'll rotate it around. Get rid of those little guys. And then do this as 8 inches. And so now I'm just really watching that right angle and making sure that I have a nice 8-inch.
So that first edge, we didn't really care too much about where the measurements were trimming it, but the second cut is where we really pay attention to 8 inches.
Right. All right, so the next little piece that's kind of ingenious is, and this really surprised me when I saw it, but it's really kind of cool. So you're gonna take some kind of fabric pin. This is a heat away pin. And I'm going to go 2 inches in on this corner and make a little tick mark right here. And then I'm going to go on the opposite side. And again, 2 inches and a little tick mark right there.
Okay.
And so that's going to be like a stop and start point. So you are going to start stitching 1/4 inch in at this tick, go over to the corner, turn the corner, and then go straight down.
Okay.
And then we'll start at this tick and do the same thing. 1/4 inch in, go down to the corner, turn the corner, and then go straight across that outside edge. I always love it when I find little interesting ways to do something that, was different than what I expected.
When I saw that this was an unusual, creative technique, assumed that you would come up with this.
Oh, yeah.
And I think that anybody that stumps Angela and comes up with something clever that like tickles your brain gets a gold star. So good job, Anita, right?
Yeah. Super fun.
You're kind of the queen of the creative techniques.
Well, and I think too with the, thank you for that, Sarah. I think too with this technique, so that it's so conducive to scrappy happy.
Right.
That is also what makes it interesting. Now, on the quilt itself, she used like a gray neutral for all of the blocks.
I definitely want to go home and make this myself because when it comes to the fabrics that I tend to sort of hoard, I am a big fan of the 10-inch square pre-cuts. Love to collect those. So I have a whole drawer of them. You know, they're just so pretty. You get so much assortment in them. So these are great projects for that.
Yeah.
There you go.
And they're bigger too, so you can really see the print as well.
Right.